believe that we have problems in Nigeria, and maybe some that is probably creating our because we don't pay our staff because what we but if you know that whatever happens is what I'm going to do, people will work. So you have to rearrange. I'm not saying it has to be hard, but find ways to make sure that you're not being used for what's wrong. You may have to consider more of okay. You may want to consider more of commission. You may want to consider commission. You may have flat salary and commission base. So you have to rearrange how things work in your company. Don't leave everything to chances. You will be surprised how much you are losing. So please rearrange your work. Go digital. Those correspondents that you always think that we have to drop, we have to be physical, go digital. Do some things that you don't even have to see the customer if possible. So, except it is important. Before, mails were not acceptable in the court of law. But now, it is acceptable. Am I right, sir? So, send mails. Send mails, send WhatsApp messages. You don't have to be there all the time. Send forms. A customer is still making an inquiry. The customer needs to fill a form. Send everything. Maybe the point of contact will just be once, rather than the. We all know about investments, but we all know about investments, but do we really think about this investment? At this period, yes, we may have to. Let me use an example. You are into production of, let's say, maybe chin chin, and now there is no power. You have to use fuel to power your the cutter. You have to buy flour, 30,000 per bag. I know it's more than that. I'm just using that as an example. After selling that flour, after selling the chin chin, the next thing you are buying, the flour is 45,000 naira. So it's more as if like you are just trying to give to your customers, you are not making money. For some business, that is what it looks like. So right now, you may not need to expand your business. You may have to take out some money and save. Yes, that is disinvestment. You may have to take out some money from your business. If it is getting too much for you to manage, you cook, you will have a restaurant, you have the capacity of doing 1,000. Your sales has been going down. Per day, you can't do 1,000 again. It is now 700. And you are not thinking of what do I do? You'll just reduce the food and you are keeping the money. Don't just keep it. Go and invest it. Take it out of that business. Some businesses don't need expansion right now because we just have to make sure we don't lose that business because the business will get better. Do we have any trader in the house? Trading forex, trading stock? There is something in trading that says that the market cannot remain bullish or bearish, that the market cannot keep going up and it cannot keep going down. At a point, it will bounce back. So if the economy is like it's really getting bad, you feel like it's getting bad, at a point, it will get back. It will get back. But if you have lost that business before it gets back, how do you continue? So we may have to take out some money in that business and go and invest, please, where it is safe. The principal is more important than the interest. So of my business, carry the amount of money I have in it. You know that by the time you're doing your tax, even the money that is coming in and out, the one that you didn't use that is there, the tax officer will tell you that I'm taxing it. If you go and open a new store, a new brand now, you have to do a lot of other overhead, a lot of capital expenditure and co. Do you really need it? So we have to think about it. We may have to de-invest. Improve customer service. The customers we have now, we have to keep them because nobody wants to spend money that is not useful to them. So to prevent your customer going to other places, you have to improve on your customer service. I had a customer over the weekend and she told me, once you do this, it's okay. And I actually thought she gave me go ahead for production. And we started. And in fact, we just finished. And she told me, I'm yet to see the sample of what you are giving me. I said, we are finished production. She said, no, I didn't tell you to continue because it was verbal. And my head was turning like, do you know what you are saying? But I remember my class governor, she will tell you that customer is king. That when people bring something to our store and return it, that it has a defect or blah, 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 she will take it. Immediately I said, okay, no problem, I'm going to bear the cost. And she was still shouting, she was still doing everything. I said, no problem, madam, I'm so sorry. But she actually gave me the approval to go ahead. So I decided, okay, I calculated my cost and I said, let me go back and do it. And by the time she's coming back, I think she just thought that, I'm not being fair on this woman. She said, hey, how much is it? Can we share the cost? I said, no, don't bother, ma. She said, let's share the cost. And she actually shared it, took the larger part, and said, you can bear the smaller part of it. I'm sure that customer will come back again. So customer service is very key. When one of our presidents was saying that we don't have employable youths, we're fighting them. We're fighting. We have to train people if you really want them to work. We have to train them and we have to keep checking to make sure they are doing the right thing. Improve your compensation structure. How do you pay them? We know that what 10,000 can buy last week, it cannot buy again this week. If they've been on the same salary for a long time, please change it. You need to motivate them. It may be that money that you are taking out. It may be the salary that you spread on other people that will motivate them. So please, let's improve on our compensation structure. Don't sacrifice quality. A lot of things we are buying. Okay, muda means that person in your business that is actually not adding value, just taking space. Do you understand? Just taking space, not adding value. And you would think they're actually adding value until you analyze the work they do. Then you see that I really don't need this person. So don't sacrifice your quality. People are being higher and you are giving them rubbish. Please, as much as possible, don't sacrifice your quality. You may have to increase whatever you are charging, but please try as much as possible to give good quality. Build quality relationship. I told you that the number 3 thing that we should not lose is our relationship, especially between husband and wife. Not drop as much as you used to drop. Now you are showing him shaking in the house. Please, we have to tolerate each other. We have to check up on our friends more than ever before. Our relatives, they say charity begins at home. That charity we want to do outside, do it to people around you. Check up on people. Sometimes it's not just about the money. It's about telling them they can do it, inspiring them. Become a shoulder for somebody to cry on. So please, as much as possible, people are going through a lot. You may not have money to give, but you can listen. You can give an advice. We should nourish our relationship. Anyone that you give money to or that you take money from and the person can't provide as much as he or she used to provide, please don't turn it into fights. Rather, pray for them. So We should build our quality relationship. Budget your expenses. Budget, budget, budget. We've been hearing it, but we don't do it. But this time we have to do it. We have to do it. How much am I spending? And see, budgeting, I think why we don't do budgeting sometimes is because we think it's just a big deal. You have to do some professional. No. Class governor was telling me that she divided the money for her fruits and vegetable inside envelope. She knows that this is how much I'm spending this month. And she divided it into 4 envelopes. So when she gets to a place and she wants to buy something, the money is inside the envelope, maybe it's 1,000, and they are telling her it's 1,000. She will be able to tell them, remove this. So budgeting is as small as that. How much is coming in? How much do I need to spend? Divide it, plan ahead, so that you don't put yourself in a tight corner. Diversify your income. Small businesses that you can do that will not take your time. A lot of people are into drop shipping now. You can sell for somebody. You are wearing a very good shoe and you know where you bought it. They may not easily access. I love this your shoe. Yes, I'm selling it. I'm just using that as an example. Yes, I'm selling it. And you have to pre-order. Pre-order is no more a big deal now. You have to pre-order it. They will pay me 8,000 naira to buy your shoe, and I will pay the person 7,500. I have 500. I didn't hold the stock. So as much as possible, let's diversify our income. What are the other things that you think you can sell? The things you think you can do that will make you more money, so that we can pass through this phase. And when the business is going bullish, we all be there again to run our businesses. Because if we let this time, if we go down with this time, we may, not we, whoever goes down with this time may not come up again. So we have to find a way to keep going. So the focus more is now on thriving, not necessarily on profit. I'm not a prophet of doom, it's just the reality. Invest in yourself. Now we may have free time because maybe business is not as good as we are doing. Keep learning. Keep learning. Invest in yourself. Do something new. Read articles. Take up free courses. If it's paid courses, take up paid courses. Find something that will make you better every day. I'm giving us 20 points because I know that maybe 2 or 3 will be able to take and use, and it will help us. 15, buy in bulk, if possible. Maybe you are in production and you know that if I buy a cup of ginger, it's 5 naira, and there are 10 inside a bag. And there are 10 inside a bag, but if you buy the bag, it's 40 naira. Why not buy in bulk? If today what you're able to buy in bulk is ginger, buy in bulk. If what you are able to buy next time is clove, buy in bulk and preserve it. However, sometimes when we buy in bulk, we tend to overuse. And that is why you have to have your recipe, your measurements. Even food in the house. If you are coming to my house, the person that cooks in my house knows the number of cup per person. Maybe it's half cup. So by the time 2 people are coming, she already knows that I'm having 1 cup. It's not that you just dig your hand and you just pack everything and you just cook and you'll be wasting. There should be standard for everything. As small as garri, it's not any big deal. You know that there are 4 people in this house. Men, maybe the men eat more than the women. And you want to make it, just be the one to make that eba that time. Take, maybe measure 5 cups and start cooking. By the time you finish and you find out, okay, now from that 5 cups, I was able to use 4 cups, which means 1 cup to per person. Oh, it was more. When I made the 4 cup, it was too much. That means I have to reduce it. It doesn't take any special economics. We just have to find a way to cut every unnecessary cost. So buy in bulk and caution how you use what you have bought in bulk. Avoid Ponzi scheme and betting. Hey, Jesus. The way we see people putting powder on their face and you think everybody's okay. If you know the number of people that are into Ponzi scheme and betting, you will cry. It's so alarming. We went out one day and my cousin was telling me, let's go to the casino. I want to go and play. And I'm like, casino. I said, okay, I always look forward to going to Sim City to look at what it looks like, but not. I said, no, we are going to play. And I'm like, no, do you play it? Or yeah. He said, yes. And he started mentioning, can you come play this? I'm like, are you kidding me? And they are not better off. You just keep putting your money because they are business owners. So they know how they will make sure you keep coming. You win 1,000 naira, you lose 10,000. So if deep down in you, you know you still do betting, please, let's stop it. It cannot take us far. It can't take us far. We have to avoid betting, Ponzi schemes, and all the stuff. Then another one is backward integration. Backward integration. What are the things you usually go and buy that you need in your business that you can actually start producing? I want to use bottles as an example. If you are into production of tiger nuts and you use bottles, you buy that bottle for 150. But you find out that if you have your mold and you get a preform, what you are going to get is going to be like 90 naira. Why giving that bottle to somebody else? Fine, initially it may be expensive, but the long run is going to be worthwhile. So do backward integration. Look at what are the other things I can do that is in line of my business, that will help my business, that has been taking money from me. So rather than you feeding that person you are buying bottles from, do it yourself. Drive sustainable and drive sustainable business operations. Why I came up with this is I'm into production, and I found out that the bottles we use for hotel toiletries is more expensive than the content. More expensive than the content. Times three. That's the truth. Like times three of the price. And I told myself, even when you travel out, you see most times they have these big jars. So why should I be throwing my bottles away when I can be using big bottles? And I started telling some people, rather than buying these small bottles, use the big bottles. And they started using the big bottles. The price of the big bottle may now be like 5 times of the small bottles, but you can use it for 6 months or more. So you can recycle it. What are the things you throw away in your business? Like a dentist, when you go to the dentist, they give you bib, like this tissue bib. I was in America, I went to the dentist. They gave me bib that is rubber that they will just sanitize and use again. So why should we use disposable when we can use the things we can recycle? So look at it in your business. What are the things you recycle? What do you recycle? Think about it. Do refill. Do refill. Then retail selling. Start retail selling. If what you've always been doing is wholesale, if you are coming, you are investing. If you don't do minimum 5 million, I'm not taking the money. Start thinking about how you can do 500,000. I was going on Ring Road and I saw Peak Milk 3-in-1. Peak Milk. I'm sure that I've known Peak Milk right from when I was small. This 3-in-1 and co, this it was all these 3 Crown and co that started it, and they've been into it. Sweet co, blah blah blah. Peak started 3 in 1 because they know that people don't want to go and buy milk, buy sugar, buy chocolates. So if Peak has started thinking about 3 in 1, what are you still waiting for? So we should find a way to make our business affordable, our products affordable to people. Class governor said she used to bring all her products from America before. But when dollar started going up, she started sourcing from local markets some things so that other people can afford it. Because exchange rate now 1,750. If you buy something of $10, you convert it, it's so much. So let's find a way to start retailing, to improve on what we are selling, to make it easily accessible to the less, in fact, not just the less privileged, more people. And the last one is our money miracle. Very important. In it all, our faith is important. So we have to have faith, we have to believe that no matter the condition of a jungle, a lion will not eat grass. No matter the condition of the economy, my business will thrive. And we also need that for our health. So your money miracle, I believe we all know it. And if you don't know it, I'm sure the class governor is going to tell us about it. So please, as much as possible, let's do our money miracle. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to invite our class governor to talk to us on how to attract the things that we want. Please join our hands together as she comes. Thank you.
Can we give Mrs. Adetunji another round of applause? We have missed her. She's been away in the US and she came back with so much energy. Can we give her another round of applause, please? It's not working. Okay. Thank you. Can we have a seat, please? Okay, before I go to the seminar for today, I'm going to quickly talk about our Christmas party, which is happening next month. I think 2 seminars ago, I told you that we're not starting from ground zero. I still have 200,000 from the last Christmas party we did in December. Dr. Abib said to tell you this year, our Christmas party is going to cost us 20,000 naira. Please don't say how. We all know. We all know how everything has doubled. Last year, I think bag of rice was 38,000. Now, as I speak, it is 99,000. So it's not even double, it's like quadruple. And then we've been coming for this seminar since the beginning of the year for free. Let us assume that we pay 2,000 naira per seminar. And then that Christmas party is for us. It's for us to socialize, it's for us to network, it's for us to be grateful for these resources that we have that is free. So please, I don't expect anybody here to say 20,000 is too much. If we've been implementing all the things that we've been learning, we're us billionaires. Am I right or am I wrong? So on the platform after the seminar today, I'm going to start, I'll put out the account number that you can pay in. And then once you pay, like what we did the last year, once you pay, you send me your debit advice on my private page. Please, we're also soliciting for donations. Last year, we had a lot of people donate their products. This year is not going to be different. Donate your product, use this as a form of advertisement because it is when somebody buys something that you donated, gets it for free, and they like it, they get to ask us, okay, I want to buy this product. So we've all gotten this for free for so long. We should all endeavor to donate something. Donate your product to the success of the Christmas party. And Dr. Habib said, because the time is short, we're going to use the same set of people you used last year, the planning committee. So if you are part of the planning committee for last year, once we're done with our seminar today, please wait behind so we can discuss And if you want to, you have ideas, you think would make this Christmas party merrier, then please wait behind and just give us suggestions on what to do. And then one of our members, Emanuela, she said she thinks maybe for this Christmas party we can exchange gifts. Maybe everybody can just bring a gift for someone, and then during the party, just give it to them. She was thinking that maybe we should do a raffle. Everybody picks a number, and you know who you're going to give the gift. It's a good idea if we want to do it. So it's just a suggestion. I'm quickly running through that so we can start our seminar and quickly end on time. Like I said, donation is welcomed. At the end of each seminar, let us make it a habit. When we get home, we need to start asking ourselves, what did I learn from this seminar that I'm going to implement? Let us not just be coming month in, month out, and our lives won't change. Even if it's three things, we are three, maybe one. From those 20 things Mrs. Adetunji talked about right now, can we just say, okay, these three things, maybe it's budgeting, maybe it's I'm going to start doing it. Because cutting down on that overhead thing is a lot. We're all in Nigeria, we know that everything has gone up. NEPA, generator. In fact, in my house now, I switch off my freezers. I was at home Saturday, Sunday. When I woke up 7 o'clock after my everything, I told the Megadoya Lokpamita, you need the nonsense till 3 o'clock. I did it on Saturday. I did it on Sunday. Because why? There was one time we bought 20,000 naira in the morning on Thursday. By Friday, my meter was beeping. 20,000 naira a day. 20,000 naira a day. So we need to cut down. We cannot be business as usual. It's not as usual. Though. A friend of mine too was telling me that our own, and everybody gets water from there. Because water heater, electric kettle, microwave, electric, if you have an electric stove, you need to go and change it. Gas is cheaper. So that overhead thing, even that, if that is the only thing we're all going to do, let us take note of that and do that. Let us stop wasting resources. Thank you. Should we have time for anthem? Should we quickly do our anthem? Oh yeah. Ajay. Raising a new breed of billionaires, men and women of integrity, honest, humble, and hardworking, with patience, prudence, and perseverance, and commitment to charity, making the world a better place, one billionaire at a time, showing us the pathway to true prosperity, teaching us to invest and save, and commit to self-development to generate wealth that glorifies God, benefit and humanity, changing the world from where we are, one billionaire 100. Thank you. Let's have a seat. You're not there yet. Okay. Please, if our phone is still on, let's switch it off, please. Let us not distract. And if you just came in, I think one of our planning committee just came in. Planning committee for Christmas. We're meeting at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Okay. How to attract what we want. I have with me here today my ex-manager, Timitokpa Yusuf. Is the one that does all these my slides for me. So my beautiful, can you rise up? Thank you. Go down below. Okay, are you going to do it for me? Okay, thank you. The law of attraction. Has everybody here read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne? If you've read The Secret, can I see your hands up? Please, if you have not read The Secret, Mr. Tokma Edwards, you've seen the movie, okay. If you have not read The Secret and you have not seen the movie, please do. If that is the only thing you are going to do for yourself before the end of this year, please do. The Secret was a life-changing book for me. It wasn't a quarter changing, it was like a total turnaround book for me. So if you have not read it, please go and read it. It talks about the law of attraction. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I hope we all know that what we see around us is a sample of what we're thinking about. So if you look around you and all you see is wealth and abundance, know that that is what you think about all the time. If you look around you and all you see is ibese and debt, that is what you think about all the time. As you think in your heart, so is it. A lot of us do not know how powerful the power of our thoughts are, of the power of our spoken words. It is super powerful. That is why now more than ever in this economy, you need to constantly be listening to things that will motivate you. Because if you are thinking of the constant daily rise in price, you'll be depressed too. And it's affecting everybody, not just some of us, it's all of us. So what we think about, you bring about. What you think about, you bring about. What you think in secret shows up in public. That thing that you are thinking about in your room, that only you knows about it, will show up in public. Does it happen to you? Sometimes you are thinking about something. Maybe you are thinking that you want to call someone, and that person calls you. Or you are carrying something and you are thinking, this thing can fall, and the next minute it fell down. That is the power of your thoughts. A lot of us do not know how powerful that is. That is the reason why we need to use it to think about only the things we want and not the things we do not want. Thoughts are causes. What you think about will manifest. Do not think about what you do not want, only what you want. Sometimes you ask people, you say, what do you want? Maybe it's somebody that is like my Gen Zs. I have a group of getting it right, my Gen Z people. I ask them, what do you want? And then sometimes you hear them say, I don't want, maybe the women will say, I don't want a man that cheats. So I don't want a man that is. I said, no, that is not what I'm asking you. I'm saying, what do you want? There's a huge difference in stating what you don't want and what you want, because the universe does not understand not. It is what you keep saying that you get. So if you keep talking about a cheat, you will attract a cheat. But if you say, I want someone that is loyal, I want somebody that is faithful, I want someone that is hardworking, that is what you will attract. You will think that it's the same thing where you say, I want somebody that is not lazy. Oh. I want somebody that is not a cheat. It's not the same thing. What we think about is what we bring about. Employ the power of your subconscious mind when you are thinking. Our mind is in two ways. There's the conscious, which is this one right here, and there's the subconscious mind. A lot of us are not, we don't know how powerful the subconscious mind is. And we don't know when the subconscious mind kicks in. The subconscious mind is so much powerful than our conscious mind. The subconscious mind kicks in when you are meditating, when you're in solitude, when you are about to fall asleep at night. And then most people, when they want to fall asleep at night, what do we think about? The problems of the day. What didn't go right? Who said this? That is what we think about. But we do not understand that when you're doing that, you are creating. Because on your subconscious mind, you are impressing your problems. Instead of you to visualize and start imagining the life you want. Because what you imprint on your subconscious mind shortly before you fall asleep is what you see in your life. So if you want to change what you see in your life, change what you are thinking before you fall asleep. Think about all the things you want. Sleep in a happy state. Imagine yourself in that private jet, on that vacation with your family, with all the money, all the things you want to do. Just think about it shortly before you fall asleep. If you can do that for yourself before the end of the year, and you do it every night, you know that thing Dr. Abib called quantum leaps during our last seminar. That's improvements that you get that is not sensible. That is what you will get if you can use the power of your subconscious mind. A lot of us are not aware of this. So that is a joker for you today. Our life is what our thoughts make it. What you think about, you bring about. Every thought vibrates. Every thought vibrates. What you are thinking about is vibrating and is attracting thoughts to it that are like what you are thinking about. You know, everything, physics says everything is in a state of motion, even our thoughts. So, what you're thinking about, even if you don't know how what you're thinking about, you are going to achieve it, because that is always a hurdle in a lot of people's will. Say, this thing I'm thinking about, how is it going to come to pass? Leave that how alone. Leave the how alone. Mark Zuckerberg said, everything I've ever achieved, I never knew how I was going to do it. I never knew. Nobody does. So don't think that you need to think it through before you achieve that thing. Dwell on prosperous thoughts. Dwell, you know, a lot of us, I don't know why, we tend to think about all those things happen in our past that is not good. Think about all those things that you achieved. You know, when you were younger, you know, the kind of life you had. One of my Gen Z asked me a question. I said, what was your life like growing up? And I just lit up. My smile was wide. And I just went on and on and on. And I was just smiling. And after he had left, I said, when was the last time you went down memory lane like that? Because constantly now we need things that will make us happy. And if your youth was not happy, please don't think about it. Think about prosperous thoughts. That which is like on itself is drawn. Like attracts like. You start to think about amazing things. You start to attract amazing things. Me, I do it a lot. You know, 1 minute, I'll just think, somebody just give me 20 million. You know? And already I'm smiling, oh. I'm so happy as if I've received it. Already I'm writing down how I'm going to spend the money. Because I have a budget. 10% goes to this, 20% goes to my vacation. So I'm like, 20 million, that means like 2 million vacation a year. You know? And I'm happy doing it. These small things that we don't do. We think it's childlike. It is good to be childlike. What is not good is to be childish. Yes, you have to be childlike. I remembered when I wanted to change my car to the car I was using now. And there was this man, I don't know who the person was. He just parks the Highlander in front of my shop. And I had a friend that was my neighbor. So when she comes, I'll say, what did you park motor me? And then we'll go, I'll say, you will not believe, I'm talking about recently. I just got that car 3 years ago, almost 3 years. And we'll go and be looking through the glass of the car. I'll be like, the interior of my car will be leather too. The steering wheel, I can imagine. Childish, childlike, not childish. And she never got tired of me. We'll do it ever so often. And you look at me and be thinking, class governor, oh Lord, you're moto. I did it. And the car came. It came. Exactly, it was even a newer model. But I wasn't letting what I was seeing around me say, because one day I was telling my husband that this, my older car, and he said, is that car that you said you want? That car is so expensive. I said, please don't be telling me about the cost of things. You have to believe with me what you want. How? Leave it to God. How? Leave it to God. And then when he came, exactly, it wasn't the color I wanted. They even begged me. They said, Abinu, it was not that wine, it's black. What? Came, newer, better model. Leave the how alone. I'm a living testimony to affirmation and your faith and belief. I'm not telling you stories. That is why I like to give you life examples. Leave the how alone. Somebody can even dash you. Yes. One of my Gen Zs, I had a meeting with him on Friday. He just came in. He was talking. He was showing me something on his phone. I said, why is your screen so cracked? He said, Kineko, he fell down. I said, do you want a new phone? He said, yes. And I gave him my husband just got me a new phone. So I gave him my Samsung S20. I said, take. He did not know he was going to get a new phone. Even if he was going to buy that phone, he probably did not have the money for that phone. Leave the how alone. The people that will help you, your helps and helpers will locate you. Your name will be mentioned in places that matter. Leave the how alone. He thinks in secret, he sees it in public. Thoughts are things. Take personal responsibility. Now we're talking about encouragement. In this economy now, you heard that thing, T-Pain, Abby? You hear people saying that. They're blaming Tinumbu for everything. Nobody wants to take personal responsibility. They're not trying to switch off their freezer that I'm doing and monitor where they are going, like Mrs. Adetunji said. If you are going to Iwo Road, do Bodija, do Kini, everything on the way. We're not taking personal responsibility. We're looking for who to blame. And we're blaming Tinumbu because he's in government. Is he a magician? The rot that has happened since God knows when. You think he will fix it overnight? You better start taking personal responsibility and do not play the blame game. When you blame people, you give your power away. When you take responsibility, you hold your power in your hands. Take responsibility for everything. Okay, rice is now 100 naira. Do you have to eat rice every day? No. Take responsibility. Stop blaming. Because if you blame, you will not go anywhere. It's negative vibe. Success is 80-20. That means 80% of your success is inward. Is you. You are the determining factor. 80%. 20% is contributing factor. The economy is Nigeria, is Owo Nepa. It's just contributing. It's 20%. 80 over 100, is that not A1? Abby? Do we have any teachers here? 80 over 100, is it not A1? So you can determine 80. That means on your own, you've gotten A1. Tinumbu Bogwe is just 20%. That's the contributing factor. The book of Philippians says, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Did you hear? What is good? What is noble? What is, pure, lovely, admirable? They didn't say what is giving you pain, what is causing you heartache, what is giving you sleepless night. They said change your thoughts. It's in the Holy Book. Philippians, Philippians 4:8. I'm doing Dr. Abib's slides. You know I'm not a Christian, so I might not be able to call Philippians Dada. But that's whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, admirable, excellent, or praiseworthy. Think about such things. Think and talk about only the things you choose to manifest. Only the things you choose to manifest. Don't join them and be talking about the price of rice that is high. You know what I always tell myself? Everything I say now, I add to the end of the sentence. A lot of us don't understand that. Every time you open your mouth, you are creating. Yes, you are creating. Every word you say is a creation. My daughter, she's looking for a job. And she's been finding it hard to get a job. And then all of a sudden, she just told me, she said, Mommy, you know something? I'm not going to look for a job anymore because we're going for vacation in December. And it will not be nice for me to get a job now and tell them in 2 months I'm going on holiday. So I'm not going to look for a job till January. We were having a conversation. And then all of a sudden, one day she called me and said, Mommy, all the job I applied for, they did not take me. And I said, why are you looking for a job? You've already said it with your mouth that you will not look for a job till January. You don't know that when you open your mouth and you say something you are creating. I said, Fai, they will not take you because you've already said it that until January. She said, did I say that? I said, yes, you did. We forget what we say, don't we? Yes, you did. So stop looking for a job until you come back refreshed from your holiday because you've already spoken it. Or Olafidali aye now. Yes. We need to be conscious of the things we say. Jokingly, seriously, everythingly. Yes. You know, sometimes we just say, Yoruba will say, don't joke with things like that. How shall we live in order to be happy? When you are feeling miserable, what do you do? Do you have a mood shifter? Because now more than ever, me, I'm monopausal. So when you're monopausal, you tend to be a little bit, I don't know. Is anybody monopausal in the house? No. What is she? Sometimes you'll be thinking, am I okay? So when I'm in that mood, I ask myself, what can you do right now to make yourself happy? And I do it. You have to have mood shifters. It could be just to dance or take yourself out or just buy ice cream. My own has been ice cream. Almost every day I go to Wimpy and I buy their almond ice cream with stick. And it just gives me joy like a child. And I'm wondering, how can you help doing this? Sometimes you just look for things to make you happy right there and then. In the morning, I'll go and take a wood to clean. But right now, what I need is ice cream. So we need to ask ourselves, how shall we live in order to be happy? There's some things in our life that are giving us misery, that are not making us happy. There's some friendship that are dragging you down. But you're like, she's been my friend for since we're in primary school. It's time to cut that limb off. It's not how long, it's how well. Because you've known someone for a long time, that doesn't mean they have to stay in your life. If they're a cause of your misery, you know there's some friends you see. And they'll be like, Mrs. Adetunji, Funke, báwo ni ẹ ṣe wá báyìí? Ẹ tó ṣe yẹn kò ṣe dáadáa o." You know, they see the nonsense. They won't see the one that is good. They will see only the one that is bad. It's time to let those kind of people go because we don't need them. We all have those kind of friends, Abby. We all have them. Those kind of friends, you should be dodging them. For me, not feel good about myself afterwards. So I think this friendship, we should severe it. We should have a surgery. Abby, cut off the limb. Do we have any doctor in the house? Joyful thoughts produce endorphin. Yes. What do you do that gives you joy? My own is dancing, or when I go to play squash, I'm so happy. You come mad for no reason. You just be smiling sheepishly for no reason. So look, think about things that gives you joy. Do things that gives you joy. Pay attention to your feelings. Ever so often during the day, ask yourself, how am I feeling? Ask yourself. And if you feel you're not feeling good, just what can I do right now to make me feel good? And do it, please. Pay attention to your feeling. People are falling into depression. Before it's Oyinbo people that you hear that they are committing suicide, they're hanging themselves, they're drinking sniper. Nigerians are doing it now. Oh. They're jumping from the bridge into the ocean. They're hanging themselves up. Some will go to work, they'll go into the toilet, go and drink sniper. All sorts of stories that we never used to hear because we're not paying attention to our feelings. And when you're not feeling good, communicate it with someone you love. A friend of mine sent me a text yesterday. She said, Auntie, I'm so sorry that I'm dumping all this on you. This monopause thing, I don't understand it. Even yesterday, I had suicidal thoughts. Yes. Will you see her together, very happy? It would never cross your mind that anybody, menopause can make them feel suicidal. So I was discussing it with my husband, and I told him, I said, you see all those things that she wrote, I understand perfectly because it's happening to me. He said, I said, me, I don't have suicidal thoughts. But yesterday in the kitchen, I was thinking, are you sure you're not falling into depression? So right now, more than ever, I need things that will motivate me. I'm listening to Les Brown because it makes me laugh. So I'll just be laughing like an idiot in my kitchen. Because I know that this period of my life is a trying period. And eventually when I replied that, she said, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank God I talked about it. I was feeling as if I was going crazy. I said, no, you're not going crazy. And I said, you see this menopausal thing, doctors should discuss with husbands about what their wives are going through so they can understand. It can break marriages. When I was telling my husband, he said, it's that mood swing, gunga. 1 minute you are up. The next minute, that mood swing is like pendulum. Boom, boom, boom. And if you don't understand, you don't communicate it, you don't, they won't understand it. But because every time I see anything now that has to do with menopause, I'm sending it to my husband. I'm sending it to him. So he's on the same page as me. He can just call me and I say, I need a hug. And he'll just hug me. We'll stay there for like 5 minutes because he knows until she goes before I can go. Yes, it is trying. Very trying. So we need to pay attention to our feelings. The rich think about plenty. Stop thinking about what you lack. Think about what you want, what you desire, what you want to attract. You must think about abundance. Think about your private jet. Think about vacation. Think about everything thinkable. Happy people attract other happy people. It's a vibe. Positive vibe attracts positive vibes. You can just look at someone that you don't know for the first time, you smile, she smiles back, and you're just jiving. You don't know the person. But because you're so positive, you tend to attract people like that. Thank you. The Babylonian law revisited. The more money you save, Mrs. Adetuchi was talking about savings and investments. And people will be like, I'm sorry. You want us to be saving and investing? Yes. Yes, now more than ever. Now more than ever, you need to save and invest. Because that is what will give you that feel good spirit, that you have something somewhere. If you are broke, hey, I lower Baba Ijaya. Hey, your heart will just eat jigim when you don't have money. So you have to save money. And the surprising thing is, the more money you save, the more you have to spend and to spare. Have you guys noticed that? It doesn't make you broke. It doesn't. The more money you save, because money goes to the place of highest concentration. So as you are keeping it, it will be bringing more. Money goes to the place of highest concentration. The rich becomes richer and the poor becomes poorer. So if you want to be rich, save money. Because it becomes a magnet and it attracts more money to itself. Okay? Money brings happiness. Abi? Credit a lot. I don't get a lot. God will win. You hear that a lot, you just smile. Abi, it doesn't happen to you. You look at your phone and it's an alert. Automatic smile on your face. It gives us reason to be grateful. When you have money to spend and to spare, it makes you grateful. It improves your self-image. The way you walk into a room when you are broke, it's different from the way you walk into a room small, you have money in your pockets. Abi, am I lying? There's just that dejection. When you are broke, you just be automatic. You're on your shoulder. Everything will everybody will know that there's a problem. Or when you have issues, some of us are very, how would I say, we wear our problems on our shoulders. That is why some people, yeah, it's your countenance. It's true, it's your countenance. I had a sister-in-law that had a shop in Adamasingba where my shop is. And she was like, in your corner, money, look, I've been in this complex for 15 years. So obviously the person that is trying to knows you have issues. So they will come and they'll tell you there's a mother, there's an old woman in your family. We all have them. There's a sister that doesn't like you. We all have them. They'll just use psychology to tell you I'm marrying us here. Because your self-image, you are looking dejected. So they play on that. Money gives you good self-image, it attracts opportunity. They said luck is opportunity meeting preparedness. That is what luck is. Somebody wants to fling land now. Maybe it's because you have money. We're lucky. That area, they sell land for 20 million. Somebody just came. He just needed money. Urgent, 5 million. It attracts opportunity because you have money. Grants you that feeling of abundance. Attracts positive aura. The way you'll be frowning when you are broke. Those wrinkles will automatically appear because the worries of the day will not let you rest. You will not even know you are frowning. Because the problems are so much. But when you have money, you just think about the problems and you think about Kukulowo, you smile. Debt owned attracts negative aura. Do you know how it is when you owe people money and they haven't called you about that money you owe in a while? And all of a sudden, somebody just gave you 20K. And the person that you owe 25K is call you right there. That is what debt does. And the more you dig, the deeper you go. So the first thing you want to do if you owe money is to try to climb out of the well. It is not a good thing. It won't let you sleep well. You know how you just say, mommy Coleni. Much gathers more. The more money you have, the more you tend to get. Do you know complaining is contagious? Do you know that? Do you know that even listening to people complain will attract some things for you to complain about? You don't know that. If you are not complaining, don't listen to people complaining. When I first came to Ibadan, I came from Lagos. I didn't know anybody. So my husband's friend's wife ended up being my friend. So there was one person that lived on our street that I usually go to see, talk to. And then one day my husband asked me that, you're not friends with that person anymore. And I told him, I said, except you want me to be abusing you for not doing anything. Because all she does is complain about her husband. And you keep hearing that all the time. You too, you want to contribute to that conversation. You now start looking for something about your husband to complain about. Yes, yes, it happens. So I had to tell myself that look, I'm not going to complain about him, even if he has issues, which I do too. Nobody is perfect. I'm not going to sit down and be having conference about what he's not doing right. So instead of that, let me distance myself. Complaining is contagious. It is very contagious because you too you want to put mouth. You too you want to say something. So it won't be like she's the only one contributing. So let us be careful. The secret is not just to be grateful, but to feel grateful. It's not that you just say, I'm grateful. You have to feel grateful. You have to feel joyful. You have to be grateful in advance. You have to be grateful for unexpected blessings already on their way. You know, when you just think about how you will feel in your private jet and you just start smiling, it's like, you are grateful in advance because it's going to come. It's just a matter of time and faith and belief and conviction that it will come. So be grateful in advance. Be joyful. Be enthusiastic in advance. Be happy in advance. Don't say it has not come. It is happiness that will bring it. It is happiness that brings success. It's not success that brings happiness. That is why you see a lot of billionaires that are miserable. Yes. Be happy, be joyful. It doesn't cost anything. I am grateful. This is one of my affirmations. I am grateful for unexpected blessings already on their way. What's in bo? I am grateful in advance. Complaining is a bad habit. We need to build good new habits and destroy old bad habits. A lot of people don't know that it's a bad habit. It's ingratitude. It's saying God cannot do it. Yes, that is what you're doing when you're complaining. Like when my husband says, show me $80 and money share wall son. What call on son? No money. So I tell people, I don't just do you know how much money $2 ni ó jẹ? A máa rí náà, a máa rí lò. Iye tó bá wọn ni kó jẹ́. Do you know how much dollar is? You know? Am I lying? Be grateful now. Do not postpone your joy. Feel grateful for your life. Complaining is ingratitude. Appreciate what you have. Stop complaining about your husband and your wife. My dad told me, no, pay. Don't expect perfection in anybody. Even you are not complete. Stop complaining about your choice. Of all the women you saw, it was how you picked. Abi? Of all the men that toasted you, it was him you picked. Kosheto. A friend was telling me yesterday, she said a friend of hers lost her husband. She's monopausal. She does not even know she's putting too much salt. Eat it like that. The day it was not salty, did you say thank you? Stop complaining. Let us not make it a habit. Because in Nigerian homes, we see that a lot. And your children will learn from it. They'll grow up being like that. Very unappreciative. I was in the bank yesterday, and one of the person that was attending to me, her daughter came in and she gave her food. And she said, "What is inside?" Mom said rice, and she just took it. I said, "You didn't say thank you. Come back here. Say thank you." She now looked at me. Say thank you. She probably sees her dad take his food and not say thank you. She's learning to. And the mother doesn't feel there's anything wrong in it. So she now said thank you. When she now left, the woman now said, "Eshe, you should teach your children to be grateful." And you see, they don't learn from what you tell them, they learn from what they see. Children learn from what they see. If they grow up in a household that are not grateful people, they will be ungrateful. A lot of children are not grateful. My dad will tell me that, look, if somebody does something for you today, you say thank you. Tó bá di ọ̀la, wàá dúpẹ́. Tó bá jẹ́ pàṣọ ni, tó bá ti wọ̀, wàá ya photo, wàá send it. So even now, I do it. Yini yini ló mú ni ṣèmí. Let us be grateful. He who is not grateful is a great fool. Yes. Appreciate what you have. Stop comparing. Ìyàwó lágbájá, ọkọ lágbájá. Stop comparing. Appreciate this moment. Before you know it becomes a memory. Every time spent with people, make it, something you look back to and you appreciate people. Tell them. If you are grateful for their friendship, tell them, "And I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate the fact that you're always in my corner." Don't leave words unsaid. Don't be thinking it. Tell your wife you appreciate her for all that she does. She will walk taller. She will complain less. Keep a gratitude journal. We all know we're supposed to say 10 things we're grateful for every day. Abi, every morning, write it. 10 things you are grateful for. You might be repetitive because my own is 1, 2, 3, health, gift of life. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for my children. I repeat that every day. Add another 6 to it. Because what you appreciate, appreciate. What you take for granted, you lose. You can never save happiness. Don't save the joy for tomorrow. You just be joyful now. Enjoy the moment. Count your blessings. Name them one by one. Abi, do we know that song? Oh yeah, let's sing it now. Count your blessings, name them one. Let's sing now. Count your blessings, see what Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Ó dẹ̀ ti ṣe púpọ̀. God has done so much. So much. Too much. We should be in awe of His gratefulness, of His awesomeness. Mrs. Adetuji says something. She said when she's feeling down, she has a jar of marbles on her table. She just pour it down and she'll start counting her blessings and be putting it back. And every time the jar goes back, and she's like, what are you complaining about? What are you worried about when you have this much blessing? Let us practicalize it. Come and buy marbles from sunflower or stone. And use it to count your blessings. It will surprise you what God has done. How far you've come. The things we take for granted, what take for you. Give testimonies. Share your stories. Please share your stories with people that wish you well. Ah, some people say, "Take for you." Only come and need testimony. When people tell me I'm too much, I tell you it's because you're too little. Yeah? Yeah? But me, I don't share my stories with people that don't want to hear it. Some people don't want you, they don't wish you well. So when you're sharing your story, share it with people that you know are genuinely your friends. It's not everybody that calls themselves friend that is your friend. Keep your circle small with real people and share your stories. Be happy. Know who is going to be joyful for you. Know who is going to celebrate you. The small wins. Let us share the small wins too. This year, two of my mentees told me, they said this year has been their most financially abundant year. This year, that people are calling team pain. Team pain. That their most financially abundant year has been this year too. This 2024, not the last one. This same one that we're in. Share your testimonies with people that want you to prosper. You know that testimonial session that we used to do at 110? That Dr. Abibu said, does anybody want to share? We should start it because it will encourage us. We should start it again. We should go back to doing that. When we come, we should come early. So two people can share testimony before we start at 9. Just share it. Because what you will say will encourage someone else. And right now, more than ever, you don't know that word that you will say that somebody will hold on to. Recently, Anne and I we went to the orphanage homes to go and encourage the children. By the time we're done. Because oral goes a long way. The right words. So you might just say something that will be the turning point for somebody here. That word of encouragement. So please let us come early. Let us start by 8:30. So between 8:30 and 9, we can do testimonials. We can do testimonials. You can even talk about your business. Between 8:30 and 9, let us come early. It's just one day in a month. And like I say, 2 hours in a month. 12 times in a year. 1 day for the whole year. That is all 110 is. 24 hours. Feel your way to success. What does it feel like? I remember when Dr. Habib said he travels every 6 weeks. I asked myself, what would it feel like to travel every 6 weeks? I did not say, it's because he's a billionaire now. It's because he has money. No! No! I said, what would it feel like to travel every 6 weeks? So I went to write it as a goal and an affirmation. I travel at least 4 times in a year. It's my affirmation. This year I've gone 5. Yeah? Write it down. Make it clear. Leave the how. When he was telling me that he travels 6 times every 6 weeks, I was not going anywhere, maybe once in a while. But I felt it. I said, what would it feel like to travel every 6 weeks? And I just didn't feel it. I manifested it. Listen very well to this. Your feet would never go where your mind has never been. Your feet will never go where your mind has never been. You want to travel, you have not thought about it. And when I go to London, that's London Bridge that they're always showing. That's London Eye. I'm going to go there. If it's cold, I'm going to wear jacket. Your mind has never been there. Your feet can never go there. Yes, it is the power of visualization and imagination and feeling. I had my 50th birthday in Mauritius. I was reading 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharman. I was in Mauritius. If you read that book, you will fall in love with Mauritius. So I read the book and I said, I'm going to have my 50th birthday in Mauritius. From a book, you have to feel your way to success. Stop saying that, you know me, Woloshe. Yes, now you'll be the first in your generation. You are the one that is going to make a way for everybody coming behind. Feeling is the secret. Have you read that book, Neville Goddard? If you've not read it, go and read it or go and listen to it. There was one day I invited Anne over to the house. I said, Anne, you need to listen to this. I don't want to send it to you. Come to the house. Let us sit down. We're going to listen to this Neville Goddard tomorrow together. Because maybe the reason why we have not been manifesting what we want is because we're not feeling it enough. Feeling is the secret. There's a book. If you want to be a millionaire, think like a millionaire. You have to feel like a millionaire. They said you fake it till you make it. We're not saying you should go and be buying designers that you cannot afford, though. That's not what. Hey, it is well. Those lights are very dangerous. These lights that have plastics on them, and that is what they're bringing to Nigeria now. I told my electrician, don't give me this light anymore. They pop, and the plastic comes off. They're very dangerous. We have no quality control in Nigeria. China just brings anything in here. No quality control. Because I don't know why you use plastic to cover something that is heated. God help us. You don't have to know how you are going to get there, but you need to know where you want to go. Eh? You don't have to know how you are going to get there, but you need to know where you want to go. I saw an interview by Oprah Winfrey, and they said, what is the secret to success? She said, a lot of people don't know where they want to go. They have no clue. You ask them, what do you want? They'll start saying nonsense. Go. That is why we do that goal setting at the beginning of the year. Dr. Abi will say, where do you want to travel to? Where do you want to live? How much money do you want to have? You know, and then we write it in December. Some people, it's till next December. You don't meditate on it. You don't read it daily. You don't write it daily. You don't read it last thing before you go to bed. Your goals are something you should read before you go to bed. Let your subconscious mind work on it. You don't have to know how you're going to get there, but you want to go, of what you want to achieve. Crystal clear picture. Power of visualization. We all have vision board, Abby. Ha. Do we all have vision boards? Eh? Ha. Ha. I remember I keep teaching Dr. Owami. I think sort of vision board. We've been talking about vision boards forever. The power of visualization. We learn through 3 ways. What we hear, what we see, and what we feel. We need our vision boards. Pictures of things we want. Our private jets should be there. Our gold bar, the mansion, Everything we want in our life should be there. Crystal clear picture of what we want. Please, if you don't have a vision board, get one. Some people use the screen of their phones. Me, I'm very old fashioned, so I do everything the traditional way. I have a board in my room with the pictures pasted on it. Last week, I just removed one of the pictures because there was a picture I took with some of my friends in one SUV, those travel vehicles that are always luxurious. And I felt, this was luxury. And I looked at it, I said, this is not my example of luxury anymore, Jiri, and I removed it. You put another one there. Because there's some things on your vision board you outgrow. Those things that used to be dreams and vision, after a while, you've achieved them, you've gone past it. You're like, this doesn't cut it anymore. You remove it, you put something else there. You have to see it. Crystal clear picture of what you want to achieve. Don't be think I know it in my head. Don't know it in your head. Every morning, our savers, the V in it is visualization. You should stand in front of your vision board and look at all those things you want. And be grateful in advance and be happy while you're looking at it. You imagine yourself in your private jet, you are happy in advance. Please get your vision board. If you don't have space in your house, get a vision book, get notebook, and cut the pictures in it and flip through it. Get pictures from old magazines, have printers print whatever for you. Visualization is powerful, oh. Very powerful. Help fellow passengers. We keep saying it. By now, this hall should be overflowing. All those chairs at the back, we should be using them. If our life is preaching to people, Abby, if our life is preaching to people, they will ask us, what are you doing, sir? I want to do the same thing too. And then we'll bring them along. That is the only way we can help the economy of Nigeria, not by blaming T-Pain. Yes, by helping fellow passengers, by giving copies of our handouts or our 110 books. You read a book, it helped you. You give someone, wait, this book really helped me. I think it will be a blessing for you. If you read it, you don't understand anything, you don't understand in it. Let us discuss. Let me give you clarity. Our seminar is free. It's only once a year, a month. It is one day in a year. Come along. Pray for the person. Dr. Ani, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká gọ̀kú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. So if you see somebody tó ń gọ̀kú, and it's somebody that you hold dearly to your heart, pray for them. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kẹ́ gọ̀kú o. You won't say it to them, but there's some behaviors that eléyìí máa gọ̀ o. Especially if it's someone you love, maybe your wife, your husband. As we grow, as we develop, when we have conversations, there's some things that some people will say that will start irritating you. Abi, sometimes it's even the person in your home, might be your wife, because she's not developing at the same level. Could be your husband, he's not developing. You know that Yoruba proverb that says, Igi kan ò lè dágbó ṣe. You can't be the only negative people in your family and you survive it. Except you remove yourself. Some people need to relocate away from even their family members to be able to succeed. Stay around positively. Shake your friendship tree. Let the rotten apples fall off. There's some people call friend enemies. Yeah, frenemies. Eshe, thank you. Frenemies. They're enemies, but they pretend to be your friends. Frenemies. Shake the tree. Let them fall off. Let them fall off. Create boundaries. Now on Instagram, we get boundaries. That is what creating boundaries. Let them stay at your day. Make I day here, day there. We just be saying hello when we see each other. We don't have to familiarize. Frenemies. Talk only about what you want. Talk only about what you want and not what you do not want. I've talked about that. Too many people talk about what they don't want, and the universe do not understand don't. If you keep talking about failure, that is what you get. Even if you say, I don't want to fail, instead say, I want to succeed. There's something called negative prayer. Do not indulge. When you read The Secret, it will throw more light on that. Negative prayer. I shall not die is a negative prayer. Yes, it is. I will not witness accidents is a negative prayer. Yoruba prayer, is a negative prayer. Why are you talking about accidents? I would live long to declare the glory of God in the land of the living. Don't say you shall not die. When you pray negative prayer, it creates fear. And what you are hearing is death. When you hear death, you have to begin. We shall all die, but we want long life in good health. You understand? So negative prayer is the way most mosques, most churches pray. Yes. Yes, that is the way most mosques and most churches pray, because they don't have that enlightenment that when you keep talking about something, the universe does not understand not. A staff of mine, her mom is very prayerful, and then her husband died, her favorite son died, her daughter died, and I told her, I said, tell your mom, no. Tell her to stop praying for what she doesn't want. That woman came to meet me. That she does not understand that message. I said, stop praying for what you don't want. Don't say that. She said all her life, that is how she has been praying. I said, change your prayer. Change your prayer. Say what you want. And she looked at me with so much shock in her face that I've never heard this before. Negative prayer, do not indulge, please. Next, always listen to uplifting, inspiring, and motivating news and podcasts and music and everything. Recordings of the seminar is on YouTube. You're in your car, download YouTube, pop, listen. You're at home, you're in the kitchen, you're cooking. Les Brown. You know Miles Monroe? I think Miles Monroe is more impactful in death than he was when he was alive. Because his podcast I've listened to, I'm like, Kali, how can somebody be so impactful after he had passed? So listen to things that will inspire, motivate, uplift you. Miles Monroe, Les Brown, Jim Rohn too has passed. Myron Golden is one of my favorite people too. Steve Harvey, Anthony O'Neill's. Add your own to the list. I have a 2-minute daily video that I do on YouTube. I usually post it to my Gen Z people and my Getting It Right group. Just short things about life balancing. Sometimes I post it on 110 too, if what I'm talking about has to do with 110. So you can follow my YouTube and be motivated. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I talk about everything and anything. Parenting, love, relationship, career, spiritual, everything. Okay? Next thing. Control your feeling. Generate affirmation on staying calm. One of my own affirmations is I am calm, patient, tolerant, and soft-spoken. You know I'm not soft-spoken. It's an affirmation. Don't be ruled by your emotions all the time, especially women. This emotion thing. I know we're emotional beings, but then take it easy now. Everything you are crying. Are you any small thing you are crying? I was like that when I first got married. One day my husband looked at me. Toba ye oni ma kimo. When I stopped crying. Every small thing I'm crying. Can I share now? You know? But we grow. We become better. And now what will make me cry? You cannot a lady. So generate a relentless list of your desires. Things you want to do, things you want to see, places you want to go, life you want to impact, orphanages you want to visit, your startup funds, anything you want to do. How are you going to impact Nigeria? How are you going to make it better? Write that list down. Leave the how alone. One of my own is that startup funds for graduates. Like that shack that they do in America, that you come and pitch your idea and they invest in your business. I want to do it for graduates by the time I have money. So they won't be looking for job, they'll be job creators. Yes. So come, what ideas do you have? Okay, this, we'll give you money, we'll handhold you, we'll help you, we'll come to 110, we'll have a meeting every month. We'll talk about, okay, what are you using your money for? Things we can do when we have money. Because this money that we're going to have, how much can we spend? How many clothes can we wear? How many shoes? So we're having money to help the community, to change lives, to better the lives of some people in our family. That they will come and how they will say that we want 200,000 and they say everybody should bring 10,000. I'm not worrying, 200,000. At the post clinic or 200, master 200. That is the joy. Do we understand? Live with a passion. Be passionate about all you do. Don't just do things half-heartedly. Some people want to Shesha, let your enthusiasm shine through everything you do. Give it your all. You're working for someone, give it your all. You're doing your business, give it your all. And don't overcommit yourself. Some people don't know how to say no. You are stretching yourself too thin. The church wants you to head this one, you take it. The clinic wants you to head this one. The chairman in the estate wants you to, you don't have time. And then you do everything half and half, choky. It will not be effective because you have too much on your plate. Some people need to clear their plate. Get rid of everything. Then you now pick which ones are priority. Which ones do I have to do? Don't overcommit yourself. Learn to say no. They will not die. Somebody was trying to invite me to join Zonta. But all these things that you're doing, that is what we do in Zonta. It's only my Sunday is busy. I dance, I swim, I do a salat. It's busy. She said, I just want, I said, look, I don't do anything. I can't give my full commitment. So I won't let you blackmail me to join. Then later you now say I'm not performing because I've already told you my plate is full. Say no. Conclusion. What you think about, what you talk about, what you thank God about, what you write about, what you feel about, what you hear about. Oh yeah, we are creating with everything we do. Thank you.